Hi guys, welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. Just thought I'd do an update because I haven't been throwing any clips up over the last couple of weeks. Been a bit sort of busy. One, I was been trying to sell this bike which I had no luck with, and looks like this 350 Signals is here with me for good now. So I did plan on, I was thinking seriously of selling it, but I only got some of the lowball offers around that $6,000 Australian. And at that stage that was with its saddlebags and all the other accessories on it, and the bike owed me $9,300, and it was only about 3 months old and travelled 230 kilometres, and I wasn't going to let anyone take it for that silly price of $6,000. So I've still got it here now. I did have a couple of calls from 500cc owners, and their main concern was they were just curious about the bike, and then more importantly wanted to know why I was getting rid of it and what was wrong with it and stuff like that, which I told them there was nothing wrong with it, and I actually told them I thought it was a better bike to ride or own than a classic 500, which I said is virtually most of the ones I've had have been outright vibrators, and one of them didn't like that answer much and he hung up on me, and one of the other guys, he decided to have a go at a later date when he rang. And he too was sort of a bit, you could say, excited when I told him, as far as I was concerned, the 500 are just vibrators. And he said to me, well, mine doesn't. Well, I said, you're one of the lucky ones that in most cases out of the ones I've had, and usually when I strike trouble with people with these bikes, they're usually what I call one-hit wonders. That means they've only ever had one classic 500. They're lucky enough to score a good one, and therefore they think all the bikes are like that, which are not the case. You know, out of 15 classic 500s I bought, only 3 of them were virtually very low on vibration, and some of them were real terrors. So, but that's another story. But the fact is, these ones here are far superior bikes than the 500. My thoughts are either that or I would have cashed it. They may be a little bit down on power compared to a 500 on hills, but apart from that, in all other areas, they're just a better bike. Now that's out of the way, let's get onto what's happening with the channel. So my idea at first was to get rid of this bike, and then I was planning on buying a camera and an X-Max 300. So we'll talk about the X-Max 300 first. The X-Max 300, I rang the dealer, they got none in stock at the moment. I'll have to put my name down, and then I'll get back to me when one comes in as far as that goes. Now in the meantime, we're just about ready to swing closer to what they class in the Japanese bikes, the new year, which new models come out from usually from July onwards, or late July, like August, September. So I've been thinking, maybe there'll be a new one come out between now and, like, birthday's in November, so I'm thinking maybe when I had my 60th birthday, I bought my first classic 500, so I hit 70 in November this year, so I was thinking maybe I'll buy the X-Max 300 there, and that would be a good way to celebrate that side of it, I think, for me. And that's the plan on that line. I'm still waiting for my KLX 150 to arrive. Once again, stock's really slow at the moment, and nothing's coming on that line either. So the best thing we're talking about after that would be the camera side. Okay, camera wise, after I decided I won't bother chasing up a scooter or anything, I'll throw all my money, what I got spare, into a couple of good cameras. So I actually bought 2 cameras. They haven't arrived yet. One's a Fuji, what's it, I think a X100V, current model one, that one. And the other new one I bought, I decided to splash out and spend equal to what a 500 Enfield would cost you new on a Leica camera. So I've always been interested in photography, and I thought, well, I might as well have one really good camera, and that particular camera will shoot 47 megapixel shots, so it's super sharp, super good camera, and hopefully I can come out and get some shots with that. Now you might say, well, what do you got planned? Well, looks like I could be going back to the old plan now, and my plan will be I was losing interest in riding and buying bikes. I was sort of getting a bit sick of it there. It's just a never-ending cycle, because I think in the last 10 years I've gone through, 54 new bikes, and I really haven't had that much fun. You know, you could say I've had a bit of fun, but, you know, like, I wouldn't class I've had a lot of fun, but I've always liked photography. So what I'm going to do is, I do like these 350 Enfields, so I'm going to keep this one now, put the accessories back on it, and I'm going to go out to places where I said in the first place and photograph different things once the camera arrives, and then I'm going to pull up at the spots along here and have a tea or coffee or something like that. Not to the extent I was going to do originally, but you know, something like that where it's a bit interesting for me, and it gives me a bit of incentive to go out there and want to go out and take the bike out, and I can take some photos, and then hopefully your side will be I can put something together with a video that's interest to you, and on my side I can take some good shots with the camera and feel like I've enjoyed that part of the thing instead of just coming out making a video. Yeah, so that's the plan anyway. So like I said, I've still got this bike, naturally, because nobody had paid the price, and even if they come across now and want to offer me what I was going to originally sell it for, which was, I put in at 7.3 and it owed me 9.3, so that was 2 off, but I would have took 7 with everything on it. I don't think I'd sell it now because I've gone to the trouble now buying the cameras, and I've got different ideas now, and I think I'll go out and do all those things what I just mentioned previously. And I think we can put something together to make it worth the trouble. And more importantly, I like riding this bike because it's such a great little bike to ride. And you know, between these classic 350 Reborn, doesn't matter whether you get on one or the other, they both ride the same. Now today I even fitted the rack. Now remember, before I bought that rack, it's been sitting there for 2 or 3 months. But today, now I know I'm keeping the bike, I decided to whip that on the back. And I tell you what, when you look at the back between the solo seat and the tail light, doesn't that rack set it off nicely? Really looks apart. Took a bit of time putting it in, pretty straight too. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with that. I haven't put many Ks on this bike now. I think I've got now 260 on it, so I need a little bit more before I start running out along the road, but I think this will be the more period style bike to do the ride. I can put my saddlebag brackets back on, saddlebags on it, sump guard, all the other stuff I took off it. Yeah, so as far as things go, all things are looking good in that line, so it's just a matter of now for me to wait for the goodies to arrive, and we can get into it, and we'll see what happens in that line. And once again, thanks for tuning in, taking a look, and hopefully now I've had a bit of a couple of weeks off, I can get out there, put a bit of content together, or will once a new camera arrives, and I can go out and follow and do all the things I'd planned to do on that previous ride. But it won't be, the cooking side won't be in as heavy detail as what it was before. We'll be just doing little pull-ups along the road, but I want to concentrate on the photography side to make it worthwhile, because it's not as if that cooking really appeals to me that much, but I will pull over and do something. It was a fair bit of work the first time, I don't want to carry on with that one. So apart from that, once again, thanks for tuning in, taking a look. Hope you enjoyed or got a bit of info out what I just told you, and I will catch up to you at a later date, and we'll see if we can get things moving again and throw some content up. So cheers for now, and catch you later.